What's up, guys?
Welcome back to Taste Cup of Joe.
Yes, sir. We're here. You see the title with a fan theory video. R+L equals J.
Joel.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. Rafael plus Los Angeles equals Joel.
Oh! She's so stupid, y'all.
Anyways, I'm very excited to get into this. A lot of you guys have been recommending it, and yeah, I can't wait to get a little more background intel on this R+L J thing. What is it really supposed to be? Things we might have missed throughout the show that hints this?
No, everybody that keeps commenting, I guess it's just more background to like why Rhaegar and Lyanna was Jon's parents.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I get when I see R+L equals J.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty short video, but I just want to see what all the hype's about, and plenty of you guys have told us to react to it, so here we are.
So we're doing it. Mm-hmm. Again, if you guys have not already, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Watch those Game of Thrones reactions. And these upcoming House of the Dragon reactions.
Yep.
Get deeper into this story.
Let's
Ready?
do it, yeah.
R+L equals J is a R+L equals J is a fan theory regarding George R.R. Martin's Song of Ice and Fire, the basis of HBO's Game of Thrones. It's one of the best supported and most widely believed fan theories. The idea is that Jon Snow is not the bastard son of Eddard Stark and an unknown woman, as Jon and most of Westeros believes, but is actually the son of Ned's sister, Lyanna Stark, and Rhaegar Targaryen. So, for a bit of context, Prince Rhaegar Targaryen was the son of the Mad King, Aerys Targaryen, who was overthrown in Robert Baratheon's rebellion, the war that made Robert king. Lyanna is kind of the Helen of Troy of Westeros, because Robert's rebellion started when Lyanna, who at the time was betrothed to Robert, was abducted by, or more likely ran away with, Prince Rhaegar,
I like the
who was
Troy
already married
comparison.
to Ellian Martell. Rhaegar spent the start of the war in the Tower of Joy in Dorne with Lyanna, before going off to battle and to his doom in the form of Robert's hammer. So after the war was over, Ned and 6 others headed to the tower to find Lyanna, where they were confronted by 3 of the dead king's guard. When the fight was over, the 2 survivors, Ned and his friend Howland Reed, went up the tower to find Lyanna Stark in a bed of blood. There, Lyanna got Ned to make her a promise before she died. So, R+L equals J suggests that Lyanna's bed of blood is one of childbirth. The baby is Rhaegar and Lyanna's, and that Ned's promise to Lyanna is to pretend that the child is his in order to protect the child from Robert, who would see the son of the Targaryen prince as a threat and likely have him killed, just as he had Rhaegar's wife and other children killed. In any case, Ned then comes back from the war with a baby, Jon, who until his death he raises as his own son in Winterfell. So that's the theory. What's the evidence that makes it more plausible than the alternative?
Did this come out before the show?
Before the show got
it
there,
seems
yeah.
very out of character for Ned Stark, a painfully honourable person, to have fathered a bastard. In Ned's own words, to have fathered Jon was to dishonour himself and to dishonour Catelyn in the sight of gods and men. Ned isn't like Robert, who would swear undying love and forget them before evenfold. Ned keeps his vows. So right away, it seems unlikely that Ned would break his wedding vows to Catelyn.
Very unlikely. I remember thinking that too.
At one point, Ned refers to Jon as his blood, but he never calls him his son. At one point, he internally lists his children, naming Robb and Sansa and Arya and Bran and Rickon. The very next line, he mentions Jon, but not as part of the list of his children. Speaking of Arya, Jon is said to look like her, and Arya is said to look like Lyanna. Anyway, so during a conversation with Robert about the rebellion, Ned thinks that he has lived his lies for 14 years. What lies are Ned referring to? Here's a hint. Jon is, at the start of the first book, 14 years old. So what all these hints amount to is that Jon is Ned's lie, a lie that haunts him at night, but which he persists with, because some secrets are safer kept hidden. Some secrets are too dangerous to share, even with those you love and trust. It hurts Ned to lie.
Dang, he's such a great
He
writer.
does it to keep his promise to his sister, to protect his sister's son. One more thing about Ned. On multiple occasions, Ned opposes the killing of Targaryen children. When Robert orders the assassination of Daenerys and her unborn child, Ned refuses, hurting his friendship with Robert and endangering his honour and life by disobeying.
Because that would mean you would kill Jon too.
The killing of Rhaegar's wife and children at the sack of King's Landing. This refusal to kill children for the sake of their Targaryen blood is mirrored by Ned's protection of Jon. To return briefly to the Tower of Joy, it seems very odd for 3 members of the Kingsguard to be there with Lyanna Stark. Shouldn't they be protecting the siblings of the now dead prince? A very good explanation for their presence is that they were guarding the unborn heir apparent. the son of the prince, Jon. So now to Essos for a biggie in terms of textual evidence. While in the House of Undying in Karth, Daenerys has a vision of a blue flower growing from a chink in a wall of ice and filling the air with sweetness. Blue flowers, specifically blue winter roses, are consistently associated with Lyanna Stark. At the tourney of Harrenhal, Rhaegar selected Lyanna as the Queen of Love and Beauty over his wife and presented her with a crown of blue winter roses.
Damn!
The storm of blue rose petals feature in Ned's dream about Lyanna, and the statue of Lyanna in Winterfell Crypt has a garland of blue winter roses. What this strongly suggests is that something to do with Lyanna is at a wall of ice. That something is very probably Jon on the wall. So, given all these
On the
hints,
wall.
it seems very likely that Jon Snow is the son of Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark. But what are the implications of R+L = J? It's been suggested that being both a Stark and a Targaryen makes Jon the Song of Ice and Fire personified. What this actually means exactly is unclear, but it does seem to suggest that Jon is very important. Perhaps he's the prince that was promised, or Azor Ahai, or one of the three heads of the dragon, or any of the other various prophesized figures. In any case, Stark blood is associated with powers like warging, and Targaryen blood is associated with an affinity with dragons and fire. Jon having both would possibly make him capable of some pretty impressive stuff. A more concrete implication is that if Jon is the son of Prince Rhaegar, he has a claim on the Iron Throne, more so than Dany actually. That's assuming, though, that Rhaegar and Lyanna were secretly wedded, which could have happened despite Rhaegar's existing marriage to Alia. Polygamy is a bit of a thing with Targaryens, but if they weren't married, Jon would still be considered a bastard and an illegitimate contender for the throne, though he could possibly be legitimized. Jon's vows with the Night's Watch are another complication. He's sworn an oath to hold no lands, to wear no crown, so surely he can't be king. And even if he could overcome that barrier, would anyone believe his claim to the throne? How could he prove his parentage? And besides, it seems doubtful that Jon would even want the throne. Powers and thrones aside, finding out his true parentage would be very significant for Jon personally. He's always struggled with rejection from Cat, alienation from being a bastard, and the difficulty of not knowing his mother. Finding out his true parentage would undoubtedly be a big deal for him, if not for all of Westeros. So that's R+L = J, the main evidence and some of the possible implications. Let me know in the comments what you think of the theory and whether you'd like to see more videos on Song of Ice and Fire fan theories, some of which are pretty crazy and awesome. If you're interested in the Song of Ice and Fire fan theories and discussion, you might like to check out westeros.org.
I might check out more of his theories, honestly.
That's all from me.
So this was the theory before it came out?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Right?
Like, how do you figure that out?
Like, you had to have read the books and the shows, right? Like.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
But still, it's like, wow. I don't know,
I love like that he had the supporting like dialogue from Ned's character, instances from the show where we see that Ned is adamantly defending the Targaryen children and Dany, right, being slaughtered.
It seems like it's just because he's a good guy. Like, he doesn't want kids to be slaughtered. Like, that's not right.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy, because even with all of this evidence, I get it. Like, it makes obviously sense, especially now knowing. But, like...
It's crazy because in the books,
they
never confirmed that, right?
Yeah.
So it was just a really strong theory that ended up playing through in the series, in the TV show too, you know?
Yep.
So I'm actually...
That person was smart as freak.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Because even those little things are so subtle, they don't give me... Like, they do now, but they wouldn't back then. It would just make me think, like, Ned is a good guy. Like, Ned must have just really went to war and had some other baby. I don't know. But, I mean, obviously it all makes sense.
Yeah. First time I heard the theory, I'm like, what? Yo, that makes so much sense, right? And like, I would have never even thought about
I would have never thought about that. Ned, I mean, him being a Targaryen, never crossed my mind. But wow, the amount of sense it makes.
Right, and the fact that he's dead, that he died in the end of the books, makes you ever think if one we're ever going to get the sequel to that book.
Right.
And see what actually is in store for Jon Snow.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Right?
Yeah. Ah, well, very good stuff. R+L = J. Love it.
Me too. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was really good. Imagine, I wish we could have watched this before we knew. I mean, not really, because it is, like, obviously a giveaway.
It's a spoiler, yeah.
Whoa.
It, obviously, because it happened, it's a spoiler.
Yeah.
But, like, had we been watching, like, week to week before it was coming out.
It would have been like, whoa.
Before it came out, they would have been like, oh, whoa. You know, like, yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching.
Y'all. Peace.